Hey, baby. How you doing, Tempy? That's our goose, Tempest. Thought maybe I'd introduce you to our farmyard fowl today. That's Tempest. So I'm Melissa at the Sage Pumpkin Homestead. Just thought I'd go ahead and do maybe an introductory video to some of the poultry we have. So we have a goose, we have turkeys, we have meat chicks, or meat birds. 3 different stages of life for them, kind of. And we have layers. So that's 4 different kinds of poultry. I'm going to try to introduce you to them today. And of course, first up is our Chinese white goose. Say hey, girl. So I'll come down and get a closer look in a second here. Hey. So here she is. We named her Tempest, or I named her Tempest. She's sort of imprinted with me. Chinese white. We got her May 1st, so she's almost 2 months old now. Some of our layers running around. We got the layers February 2021, so they're all more than a year old now. They're about all a year and a half. The lighter colored stuff, birds, for the most part, those are cinnamon queens, also known as comets, golden comets. Pretty high layer production, more than 300 a year. We also got Black Australorps, definitely more than 300 a year. The Australorps, the Black Australorps, and the cinnamon queens are dual breed, so we can butcher them and eat them as well. More broiler type than crock, soup pot type. Hey, baby. Yeah, she's hanging out with me. I don't know where the turkeys got to. I hope we get to see them at some point during the video because they're just super cute. She was here May 1st. She's also, I think I said over a couple months now. She's almost fully feathered. We got her to be a guard animal. They say if you have a single goose, they are fantastic guard animals, which is why we got her. They warn against predators. Hi, baby. I know. So they are very good about keeping hawks away. They will take you down. I don't know about bigger animals like coyote or bobcat. They might not do anything to really hurt them. They might not be able to fight back, but they can get pretty mean if they need to. I imprinted with her when I was fairly young. Ooh, stretch that wing, girl. She sort of became something that I just didn't want her biting us. I don't know if you can see, she's got little ridges on her beak, on the sides. And she does hiss. She doesn't hiss very often. She's only hissed at us when we kind of pick her up, and she's like, I do not want to be picked up right now. So, mainly we got her to be the guard animal for the ducks when we get ducks, because hawks are a huge problem for ducks. So we got her to sort of deter the hawks from taking our ducks, and hopefully any other hawks trying to take birds off our property. So that's, oh, there they go. The door has opened. Yep, that's Miranda with her baby. That's Shadow, her pet chicken. It's a Black Australorp. You see the white ones over there now? Those are white leghorns. They are the highest white egg layer. I don't like them. They're very flighty. They're kind of jerks. I probably won't have leghorns after this set. And as you can see, they're a lot skinnier and thinner than the rest. So they're not really broilers. They're not dual purpose in that sense. If we butchered them to eat them, they'd have to just go into the soup pot. So we will try to find the turkeys, and I'll give you guys a quick tour of our meat birds. Okay, these are Cornish Cross meat chicks. These guys are about a week old. They've more than doubled in size since we got them, just so you know. They grow really fast. From the time you get them as chicks to the time you butcher them is only like 8 weeks or so. Once they get older than that, their bones are so frail that they end up dying because their body cannot handle carrying them around, things like that. So these are the week old. And calm down, y'all. We'll be putting them outside in another week or so. Just so you know, Tempest is probably going to follow me the entire video because if she's not with the turkeys, she's basically with me. Brief side note, this is chicory. I just find it funny that it's grown right up through all of this. It's really pretty. It's great medicinally. You take the roots, roast them, and grind them and use them like coffee. It's fantastic. So coming up on the housing, I won't take you inside, but this is our chicken shed. We call it the chicken shed. We have to, after we open them up in the morning, we have to put this barricade because the sheep will go inside for some reason. We're not really sure why they're doing it right now. There's no food in there. They had gotten food in there at one point or another during the winter. I'm not exactly certain why they feel the need to explore the chicken shed. But when they go in there, they sort of, do you see what I'm talking about? With me all the time. They go in there and they kind of crush eggs and stuff. So it's been a bit of a thing. So we're trying to keep that from happening. And Sophia found Melee. That's her white leghorn. Hey, baby. So I just wanted to show housing. The turkeys and the goose kind of are in the lean-to over on that side at night. Here comes the rooster running. That is Sage. He's our beautiful rooster that we got from our trash chickens. He's got a slight little harem with him. A leghorn, a Black Australorp, and a cinnamon queen. But isn't he pretty? He's fantastic. I say fantastic too much. He is majestic. I'll put it that way. He kind of reminds me of that Bible verse that says there are 3 things that are bold, 4 that don't back down, and one of them is the rooster. That struts. The last one is the king and his army, but I can't remember the whole thing right now. They stand their ground, and he is pretty awesome. Say hi, baby. Yeah, no. He's like, I'm moving on. Okay, I'm coming up on the first chicken tractor that I'm going to move. Got to move them a couple times a day. These are the mini fatties. I call them fatties. They get so fat. You'll know why when you see the big fatties. So these guys are this chicken tractor. We call this one the tank because it's built, it's heavy, it's strong. It's low enough to the ground still, as you can see over here on the side, that they cannot escape when they're tinier. And these guys are about 4 weeks old. Just about. You can see this is about 3 weeks or so, maybe 5 weeks old, ahead of the guys in the garage. You see how big they've gotten in just that short amount of time? So we've got a bell waterer in here that we fill. This bucket's got a tube. Does the gravity fed thing. This feeder fell down. We need to reattach it. But they are monsters when it comes to food. I told you, she's just gonna follow me like a dog, man. But I'm gonna move the tractor, and Miranda, they're gonna follow behind with the food and then fill up the water after I deal with the pig water. I know. And then of course they're all along for the ride because they're like, food is coming, we know it. They forage, but half the time what they forage ends up being what everybody's either not eating or has dropped. So I just pull this out while I have it open. Yep, I know, guys. Calm down. If I didn't have my phone on, I wouldn't be almost falling over. So yeah, I'm about to move them. All right, fatties, come on. Chick, chick, chick. Put that right there. See if we can see with the movement. I don't know if this will work. We'll see what happens. All right. Whoops. All right. Let's try it like that. All right. Here we go. Moving the chicken tractor. Here we go. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, chick. Chick, chick, chick. Chick, chick, chick. Come on, fatties. Chick, chick, chick. chick, 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 chick. Chick, 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 chick. Come on. Chick, 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 chick. Come on, fatties. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, chick, chick. Come on, watch out. Watch out, Tempe. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, chick. Good job, fatties. All right. Calm down. We're good. We're good. So that was moving them. And I'll introduce you to others in just a minute. All right. These are the big fatties. And they know that it's time to be moved. So these guys tomorrow will be fully 8 weeks old. They are, again, I didn't say it when I had the other ones, Cornish Cross. So we try to do all roosters. They get a lot bigger than the hens. There's a few in here that are most definitely smaller. So we know they're probably hens. They get pretty hungry. So I've got to move these guys too. And then, like I said, she's going to follow along behind with the food and the water to make sure. We also have a bell waterer in there. You can see it. And as you can see, the hanger, the food container is hanging right there. So I'm going to move these guys. Oh, and the feathering, so you can see like on the one where there's no feathers. The reason that sometimes they have that, I've come to find out, you can see it on the leg right there. Their bodies are growing faster than they are. So they'll grow, but they're growing so fast that it's taking time for the feathering to catch up, which is completely normal. Plus they hurt each other because they are roosters, and roosters do fight for dominance. So sometimes the feathers missing have to do with that to a certain degree. But as far as we can tell, they haven't truly hurt each other too bad. As you can see, they are major fatties. Major fatties. And let's see if I can get some camera angle on moving them here too. I don't know if it's gonna work. First I gotta move this out the way. So this is the area right in front of the chicken shed too. As you can see, there's plenty of tall grass. The sheep are not eating it all. So that's part of what's going on. I'm going to try to put this here and see if this will work. Here we go. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, chick, chick, chick. Chick, chick. Come on, fatties. Here we go. Gotta turn it too. Chick, chick, chick. Chick, chick. And move the stick out of the way. Here we go. Chick, chick, chick. There we go. Fatties. Yeah, a little more. I got another stick problem here. Got that bell water moving, didn't I? Check that real fast. Watch out there, Timothy. Oh, everybody's doing good. All right. Do you hear how much noise they're making now? Because see them having their feeding frenzy at the moment? Moving the tractor has brought down and spread out that extra bit of feed. This is nothing compared to when she puts the big bucket of fresh feed in there. But that's a bit of their feeding frenzy. But see, the reason we tractor them is so you see they're all on new grass. They're looking for the bugs, looking for the seeds. They're doing what they can to do that. Okay, now you guys are making me liars. Yeah, you're like, food. There's some right there. She's trying to forage a little bit. See, they look for the bugs and the fresh grass and the seed heads on the grass. They do that a lot. Like I said, she's going to follow behind with food and water. But I had to move them, which tractoring makes them, I think, healthier, so that they're not just all confined in one space and they end up staying on dirt in their own poop. It's not like we're putting down layers and layers of straw continually for them. They get fresh grass underneath of them a couple times a day. It also keeps them from completely sitting still. Ooh, little squabbles. And again, other chickens following behind. They're finding the bugs that are trying to feast on the poop from before and any grain left over that was there that they didn't quite get eaten when they moved. So that's what they do. It's kind of a win-win scenario. I still haven't seen the turkeys, but I'm going to go over in the pig area when she feeds so you can see the other method of their foraging. So they do this. They run around all day looking through grass for bugs and seeds and grass that they actually eat off the stalks. The free rangers, that is. The turkeys do the same thing. I wanted you to be able to see them so you could see them doing it. You kind of saw the goose do it too. She does that as well. She doesn't follow the food. I haven't seen her really looking for the feed from the pigs or the meat birds like the other layers do. She's not really into that. She just kind of follows around and she eats grass. She likes to eat the grass, and I lost her, so she might still be over at the other chicken tractor looking for me. But I'm going to go over here to the pig area so you guys can meet the other chickens that are going to forage the pig feed. Running running to the pig area because they know the tractor's going that way. Yep, that's what they do. They run to the pig area. I found the turkeys! They're foraging by the pond. So there's the 3 chocolates and the blue slate behind. The other chocolate's way over here. And I think that's Pippi over there, the black dot. So you see seed heads of the grass. They're looking for bugs. They're totally bigger than they were. They're about 3 times bigger than when we first got them. They're the same age as the goose. So May 1st, we brought them home. They're heritage breed, so they're growing slower. But we knew they would grow slower, which is one of the things that happens with heritage breed. When you breed birds like the Cornish Cross, specifically for fast growth and muscle production, where they're packing on muscle, that's kind of what happens. Is their genetics are not as good because their genetics are compromised. Because it's more about getting a bigger bird. That's really what it's about. So these turkeys are not broad-breasted. They're all heritage. That's all 5 of them in the same shot. Woohoo! And they grow slower. Heritage breeds do. Same thing with our pigs. The same thing with our sheep. They're not bred for fast production. They're bred because they're good quality. Their genetics have been around for a long time. It doesn't mean their genetics are fantastic or better than other genetics, but they do resist disease a lot better than the broad-breasted, and you know, that's kind of one of the things. They tend to not get sick as badly. A little closer view. Hey, babies. The blue slate is actually Sophia's pet. And it's super calm. It lets her pick it up. We thought that there was a tom, at least one in the chocolates, and we're pretty sure that the blue slate is a tom. Cheep, 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 cheep. Yeah, that's Becky over there. Not Becky. Pippi. That's Pippi. She's our lone survivor. Oh, no, wait. That might be Karomi. No, I think that's Karomi. Yep, I can tell by the feathers that are blue and green. Pippi is around here somewheres. She's our little hatch out from April that survived from our hatching in the incubator. But that's Karomi, and they're sort of sticking with Karomi. As you can see, they're all foraging off the pigs' food. That's what they do. That's part of their foraging. So that was all of our animals. You got to meet everybody. I'm not going to walk all the way down because the pigs are kind of a thing. They're all the way down there and it's a bit of an incline. But that's what they do, is they forage. They forage off the pigs. They go in behind them and they eat. Toxin is down there. She's our olive egger. She's probably the only one you're not going to get to see a close-up shot of. Definitely a different color, and you can tell her from everybody else. And here's Sophia. And Jake. Her silver, blue slate. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. So, you have met the birds, the turkeys, the goose, the meat birds, and our layers, plus the rooster. The only people you didn't, or excuse me, people. The only birds you didn't meet was probably some of the pets. You guys saw Karomi, but you didn't see Chris yet, and I haven't found Pippi. But you met everybody else. So this has been Melissa with the Sage Pumpkin Homestead. Thanks for joining me and getting an introduction to our flocks. We might go into a little bit more detail, but for now, just know that they get layer feed during the winter, they forage during the summer, and we get a lot of eggs. So thanks for joining me, and until next time, be blessed.